It's okay.
Hello. Hi, you okay? So welcome on board and thank you so much for joining us today. My name's Tom, I'm going to be your guide today. And today's story is the Cotswolds Trails and Villages Tour. What are the Cotswolds? Well, the Cotswolds is a hill range. It's a hill range that's been designated an area of outstanding natural beauty for the last 55 years.
Day 1, walk 1. I hope we survive all the walks today. This one is supposed to be 40 minutes long and we're heading towards Broadway Tower. It's a beautiful spot to view the Cotswold countryside and the hills. So we'll show you it when we'll get there. We are so close to nature right now. Look at all these lovely black and white sheep. And their poop is everywhere, so you need to watch where you're going. But look at how beautiful the landscape is. I need to watch where I'm going, I really should. But let's keep going this way. I think the tower is up there. Is that the first time we're looking at the Broadway Tower, and it's the second highest point in Cotswold, and it's just over 1,000 feet tall. We're just a way to go through these kissing gates, so there's a story around those as well. So back in the Middle Ages, when people were not allowed to mingle with people in the lower caste or had less money, and these gates were built to keep the sheep off from the main roads, then people would come and steal a wee kiss from somebody who they're not supposed to be with. So that's an interesting wee fact for you to know. So here we are, right next to the Broadway Tower, and from this tower it's said that you can actually see 16 counties if you're on top of that. However, the view around this area, you can actually see a lot of those places anyway on a good day. We have a good day, or we thought we had a good day, but it looks like we don't anymore, and it looks like it's just raining and raining and raining. So I think we've brought Scottish weather with us, so that kind of is a good thing, I think, because even though we're in England, we have some Scottish weather with us.
Broadway Tower is most famous for its association with arts and crafts founder William Morris, who was a revolutionary force in Victorian Britain. Morris set up a printing press inside the tower, and one entire floor is set up as an exhibit covering his life and association with Broadway. The gift shop at the tower has some unique products in the tradition of William Morris.
Broadway Tower was built in 1798, so it makes it just over 220 years old. It was actually built by a gent who was the 6th Earl of Coventry, and he owned an adjacent property to the tower, and he also owned a property about 20 miles away. From that property, which is called Croom Court, he could see the tower, or he could see the hill on which the tower was subsequently built. It was built as a love token for his wife. It was built for no particular reason or purpose. So it was built as what we call a folly. Now, the folly is built to look older than it actually is, so it's built to look medieval. The tower itself, it has been lived in initially after the Coventrys, Earl of Coventry and his wife owned it. They passed away some 10 years later, although she did use the tower for entertainment purposes. Subsequently, the tower has housed a printing press, and it's had numerous tenants who have been staying in the tower itself. The most recent individual that stayed in the tower here on a permanent basis lived here until 1970. So the tower itself has been lived in until just 50 years ago. Right now, the tower itself, it is a tourist opportunity for people visiting the area. It has, apart from the ground floor, there are 3 floors and the rooftop. From the rooftop, one can see 16 counties, 3 of which are in Wales. On the rooftop, there is a small bathtub, and that is where a gentleman whose name was William Morris, who was very famous in the arts and crafts movement, he used to visit with his wife and his 2 daughters, and he used to take his baths on the rooftop. So the tower itself has got quite a long and proud history. It is privately owned by a family who purchased the tower on an auction in 1980.
So we're now heading on this small path down the way. You can see people going down as well. We're heading towards the little town of Broadway. It's a scenic walk, and you can see the small village at the bottom of the hill as well. That's our next destination. So after a hard day's work and a long walk, we're finally in Broadway, and it's a beautiful, peaceful village. Just grabbed myself a wee sandwich, a well-earned sandwich actually, and it's just so peaceful to just sit out here. But if you've noticed from the rest of the video, it was raining at one point, and now it's beautiful and sunny. So here we go again, almost like Scottish weather.
This quaint picture-postcard village of Broadway, with its honey-coloured Cotswold stone cottages, has lured visitors for centuries. It's often referred to as the jewel of the Cotswolds. Due to its geographical accessibility, it also serves as the perfect starting point and gateway to explore the Cotswolds.
So right now we are in Broadway, small village of Broadway, and the house behind me is made of yellow limestone that was taken out of the mountains in Cotswold as well. And you will notice the same yellow golden work in the buildings all over Cotswold. So most of these houses look yellow, almost like gold when the sun's shining. And right behind me is a beautiful house, but this is not just the only house. Almost every house on this street has got beautiful gardens, so you have to be a good gardener if you want to live here. Another thing that's very important to notice is almost every house over here has a name. So people like you and me, we have a house number, which I'm very pleased with, but these houses, they have a name too, which is really interesting. So I've been just reading all the names up the way. This one is Mellowstone. There was Mellow House down the way as well. So it'd be interesting to find out how people came up with these names, or if it has something to do with their history, or if it's just something to do with the kind of plants they're growing. Who knows? But yeah, it's a beautiful place to come and visit if you're interested in good food, art, And Broadway itself is called the Jewel of Cotswold, and I can totally see why it's called that. It has everything that you can ever want in a peaceful life. We're at the end of our tour in Martin and Marsh, and we're just at the train station with our lovely guide Tom, and he had given us an amazing day of all sorts of information about where did we start from? Broadway. Then we went to Bolton on the Water, and we went to Upper and Lower Slaughters as well. Lovely villages, had an amazing day. The weather was kindish to us.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad at all. So would you like to tell us a little bit about your tour company?
Thank you very much for coming today. Really great. I love getting to meet people and show people around the Cotswolds. And we do these day tours of the Cotswolds where we introduce people to this rather wonderful part of the world. So if you want to come, we're on social media. Find us on Twitter, Go_Cotswolds, Facebook, Go Cotswolds, and Instagram as well, Go_Cotswolds, and you find all the different fantastic pictures that are posted on there. So thank you again for coming today.
Thank you so much for having us. And if you are ever thinking about visiting Cotswolds, then definitely check them out because they've been absolutely amazing.